Good afternoon. I'm Jay Lenora, and welcome to the February 9th, 2018 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details, as we continue to look at the great book of wisdom, Proverbs. Today we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 14, verse 13. For even in rejoicing, the heart may ache, and in rejoicing, it may end in grief. Even in rejoicing, or sometimes it may say in laughter, the heart may ache, and rejoicing may end in grief. Why in the world did I choose that proverb to talk to you about? You know, we interact with people all the time, even people with whom we're very, very close, even members of our family or very dear friends. And we do not truly know sometimes what's going on with them. All may be fine. As my pastor always says, he says, too many of us are not very honest with one another. And people ask us, how you doing? And he says, and we say, I'm fine. And you may not be fine at all. We as Christians are supposed to be encouragers and motivators and lifting people up. And sometimes it's easy to know when you need to do that, because sometimes people wear their weariness and their disappointment, frustration with life on their sleeve, or perhaps they're more transparent about it. But many of us feel that we don't want to reveal that. We don't want to tell people how things really, really are. And so we put on the happy face and maybe we try to encourage others instead of worrying about what's going on with ourselves. But I think this proverb is a very good reminder that as we interact with people, always try to look beneath the surface, beneath what's obvious. People are, I have a saying, people are like toothpaste tubes. They can't help themselves. They keep squirting out. And so no matter how much people try sometimes to hide what's really going on, if you are discerning and if you're intentional in your desire to observe and to see, and frankly, if you ask the Holy Spirit to help you discern, you will often realize that all may not be quite as well as they're making it appear. And so even behind the laughter, behind the everything's great, there may be something going on. It may explain sometimes why you get unexpected reactions out of people, especially those that you normally are very positive, upbeat, etc. You might get a very negative response that seems very discordant with their normal way and mannerism, and even their outside appearance at the moment. But there's some hesitation, there's some resistance. Be aware that, it's so true. Sometimes, it's a funny song, Tears of a Clown, you've heard about that. It's so true that what you don't see on the outside may be something very, very deep on the inside. So as Christians, as believers who are called to be mediators between God and man, we're called to be reconcilers between God and man, pointing them, of course, to the true mediator, who is Jesus. We need to be discerning about when there may be opportunities, when people may be calling out, however tacitly and silently, oh, this is a time when I might be open to that because things aren't going as well as I would like them to be. Somebody reminded me just the other day that C.S. Lewis said that God whispers during our joy, and he screams at us in our pain. And when we know that someone else is in pain, then we know that perhaps that's a time when God is telling us to speak and help, reconcile, and bring them into spiritual and emotional health with the Lord. I'm Jay Lenora Bressler, telling you, look beneath the surface, and join me on the next edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. Have a great weekend.